Lightning Canadiens, Mario. Game 3 happened on Friday night, and Game 4 will be on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC. So make sure you check that out. This game, Lightning won 6-3, and they're on the brink of sweeping the Montreal Canadiens, Mario, for a second straight title. Oh man, I'm look, man, it's a dominant run. What can I say? But I'm jealous because my team should be here. But hey, things happen, and yeah, that's
They
just what it is.
can't. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? They weren't
What
making a
am I
hair.
talking about? Well, all right. Overall, Mario, this was a pretty dominant win by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Um, I look at it, Mario. Everything was right for them. Everybody was getting involved except for Braden Point and Steven Stamkos. But other than that, Mario, everybody was getting involved. You know, I look at it. Victor Hedman had a goal and an assist. Tyler Johnson had 2 goals. Nikita Kucherov also had a goal and an assist. Andre Palat had 2 assists. You know what I mean? Blake Coleman had a goal. Everybody was just getting involved, and that just led to a very dominant win by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Um, I look at their stats in the game, Mario. They had 30 shots on goals. They won their faceoffs right with a 50.8 percentage. They made 1 out of 1 power play, so they actually made a power play goal for once. That shocked me. They had only 2 minutes in the penalty box, which also shocked me because that's something I don't really see a lot from this team. They had 46 hits. They had 13 blocks. They had 15 giveaways, which is a drawback in this game, I should say. And there was 2 takeaways. So I look at this game, Mario, and aside from the giveaways, Mario, this was a pretty dominant win. Everybody was getting involved and everybody was playing offensively, defensively. It was a great game. Andre Vasilevsky saved 32 out of 35, which is a save percentage of 914, which some people can argue it's not his best, but he still did what he had to do. As we expect out of him. Now, as for the Montreal Canadiens, Mario, I mean, some could say they did good offensively, but I think they could have done better. They shot 35 times. They had a face-off percentage of 49.2. They made 0 out of 1 power plays. They had 2 minutes in the penalty box as well, so that's pretty good. At least they kept that down to a minimum. They had 38 hits. They had 11 blocks. They had 26 giveaways and 1 takeaway. So really, I think what led to the Montreal Canadiens losing is, for one thing, giveaways. You gave the puck away almost 30 times this game. That's unacceptable. You're on the brink of getting swept, and you give the puck up 26 times. Really? 26 times? That's almost 30 times in one game. That's insane. In a game where you're pretty much on the verge of getting swept, you give the puck up 26 times. That's absolutely mind blowing, Mario. Now, guys were getting involved. Philip Denault had a goal. Corey Perry had a goal. Nick Suzuki also had a goal. Cole Caulfield had an assist. So, guys were getting involved, but they just weren't getting involved enough. And I think that's the problem with the Montreal Canadiens is that, when they stop the big four, like Mario talks about, what I noticed that when they stop that big four, no one else on the side gets involved. And it's the same deal going on here. When the other guys are getting involved on the other team, you're not capitalizing. So again, game 4 is on tonight. They're on the verge of getting swept. So if I'm the Montreal, I need to really go back to the drawing board and do what I have to do to avoid getting swept or avoid losing the series. You know what I mean? Because we have seen reverse sweeps before, although it's pretty difficult, but hey, it can happen. You never know. But overall, Mario, I look at the Lightning. This was a great win. Aside from those 15 giveaways, or wait, was it 15? Yeah, it was 15 giveaways. So aside from that, they did a great job, Mario. So if I'm Tampa Bay Lightning, I'm continuing to do what I'm doing. And then there's one thing I look at, and that's the giveaways. Don't give the puck away too much. But other than that, Mario, they're doing what they need to do. So with that being said, again, game 4 is on tonight at 8 p.m. On the NBC. So make sure you go check that out. And with that being said, best of luck to both teams tonight. I'll pass on to you, Mario.
Montreal is screwed, Nate. I'm sorry. I'm
They are.
calling it right now. They're screwed. And the reason
They
why I
are.
say this is because I talked about this whole Stanley Cup playoffs, that in order to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, you had to stop that big four. Now, what I just said, what I've been saying, it goes out the window because they can win without it now. And that's the scariest part. They can win with the big four or without it. And they've shown in these past 2 games. They've shown, I think, in game 1, and I think they've shown in this game as well, because they didn't use the big four at all. So I mean, Nikita Kucherov got involved, Victor Hedman did, but Stamkos and Point were no shows. But two things that happened when the Tampa Bay Lightning hit this playoff series. Either the Montreal Canadiens aren't exactly learning from what the New York Islanders did to get them to a game 7, or the Tampa Bay Lightning really fixed their mistakes that they made in that series against the Islanders. One of those two things happened. And I'm going to be honest with you, Nate. I think it's the second option I just made. I think the Tampa Bay Lightning really fixed the issues that they made with the Islanders. For instance, the games where that Big Four was not getting involved in the Islanders series, there weren't guys that were stepping up. It turned into a defensive game. Now, Nate, I think they learned from it. Now you see the Big Four not stepping up, and other guys like Andre Palat, like Sorelli, like I'm trying to look. Hang on a second. Guys like Tyler Johnson, I believe, are getting involved now. You got what else do I gotta say, Nate? I'm looking at the list right now. Victor Hedman's getting involved. Cernak is getting involved. You look, Savard is getting involved. Like, you look at these guys who are getting involved for the Coleman's getting involved for the Lightning. The whole Lightning team is getting involved, Nate. And before, it wasn't like that. It just wasn't. It was if the Big Four gets involved, then they win the game. If not, then it turns into a defensive game. Now they can win with literally anybody. And that's a scary thought if I'm the Canadiens. They can literally win with anybody, and you haven't done anything to stop them. It's just as simple as that. This game was a great game by the Lightning. I have no complaints. You could say 15 turnovers is a bit much, but overall, like, other than that, or giveaways, it's a bit much. But other than that, Nate, you can't really complain. The Lightning played an absolute great game, and I got to give them a lot of credit, Nate. As for the Canadiens, I'm going to be honest with you. They can probably try to win the next game in game 4, but I'm going to be honest. I think they get swept. It doesn't seem like the Canadiens have taken any momentum throughout this whole series. It doesn't seem like they took any. So you know what, Nate? With that being said, I still wish both teams the best of luck. I believe you said that game 4 is going to be in Montreal.
Yeah, it's going to be
today.
Yeah, going to be in Montreal tonight, 8 p.m. on NBC.
All right, so make sure you guys go check that out. Best of luck to both teams, Nate. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Lightning are sweeping them tonight.